Hi, it's Sarah Taylor, and welcome to my art channel. I'm so glad you're here. So today we're doing a large melting pearls with pigment painting. It's right behind me. It's a 20 or a 30 by 48 inch painting. I have not varnished it quite yet, but here it is. I've been playing around with this on kind of a smaller format, and I love the effect. I love how these pigments sort of blend and bleed into the other paints in the base coat. And I'm going to be talking more about this concept, and if you want to use these pigments and not have that happen, there's also things you can add to it to keep it from transferring. So if that's not the effect you're going for, you can still use these pigments in some other ways. But this is, I'm actually kind of coaxing the pigment to do this by mixing it really thin, just with Liquatex pouring medium and water, and sort of turning it into a paint. Also, at the end of this video, I'm going to show you some swatches of all the primary element pigments that I have, and I put little samples of them down so you can see what they look like when they're not in the jar, because they look so different when you wet them than when they're in the jar. So, and also share with you some of my favorite colors. Also playing with some other brand pigments that I also love. So it's been interesting. Sometimes these new things take you in different directions, and so kind of going with the flow and just doing what calls me, and I hope you like it, and I'm just really grateful that you're here. And I'll get you onto the colors and then onto the canvas. Okay, have a beautiful day. Hi, it's Sarah Taylor. This is a 30 by 48 inch canvas called Gold Moon, and it's melting pearls with pigment. So I've been building this color palette, starting with the white and then the gold. Those are both Modern Masters. It's iridescent pearl and iridescent gold. And then this is Charvin Indigo, a surprise. And this one is a mica powder by, I had it mixed up. It's a Hippie Crafter mica powder in burnt umber. And then that is that really pretty color art pigment. I have Autumn Leaf, and that is Pineapple Crush. And then I don't think I used that magenta color. It was like a quinacridone magenta by Charvin. And I have a big tub of very light kind of lavender gray base coat. That's the same base coat I used on Solstice and Beijing, those two smaller paintings. So here's my big canvas, and I was really excited to do this on a bigger piece like this. I just had been playing around with this concept of the melting pearls. So it's the melting comes, it just kind of looks like they're like melting into the base coat, and that's the primary element by color art. That particular pigment just behaves really in a very unique and I think a very beautiful way when it's mixed really thin like this for a pearl painting. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and put the white down, and then I kind of sandwich the pigments in between the white and the gold. So the white, then the Pineapple Crush, and then that's the Autumn Leaf. And I did put a little bit of that magenta in. I did not really want it to be prominent, but maybe just peek out a little. And then the brown, that burnt umber. And then I finish it off, I kind of sandwich over the gold. And I like how it reacts when it's kind of in between those two different acrylics. It just works really well. So yeah, I just have this big, huge puddle of paint. I'm just kind of spreading the white out just a little bit. It doesn't really change the effect, I don't think, at all. I was just kind of playing around with it. And you can see it happening already, how the yellow's kind of coming out into the white. And it's always kind of tricky with a big canvas, you know, to achieve composition and get everything spread out really nice and thin. And so it just kind of takes a go for it kind of mentality just to really tilt it. And, you know, that's where pearls happen, is when the two paints move against each other and they get really thin. So it definitely takes a lot of tilting, a lot of motion. And then you want to do it fairly quickly because the reaction starts to happen and you kind of want to stop when the pearls start to develop because you don't want them to get really wonky and like misshapen. So I love this. I love the color profile and the gold, mixing with these kind of warmer colors, and then that pop of that pineapple crush yellow. And you can just watch and see what happens. It looks completely different than this by the end. So I'm just kind of blowing those edges out, and when you blow it, it kind of like explodes out into the base coat and causes a really pretty effect as well. So you can see that bottom corner there, it's starting to pearl up. I came back in through the center of this with golden fluid high flow in iridescent gold. So just let me know what you think. I think the finished product here was really dramatic and kind of ethereal. It reminded me of like a nighttime moon sky or something very cool but very like vibrant at the same time. Thank you so much for being with me today, you guys. I hope you are having a really beautiful day, and check out my links below. There's a lot of great ways you can support me and my art and my journey. Instagram's a great place to come see some different type of content, and my Amazon shop, all sorts of cool things. So most of all, I'm just really happy you're here, and take great care. We'll talk to you soon. Bye. promised, here are the pigments down on a canvas that are wetted and dried. So I'm just gonna go through them, and this is a great way. They look completely different. Like, look at sassafras in the bottle. Like, there's no way to tell what this really looks like until you get it wet and you see how the edges dry, and it shows you all the different tones that this paint is gonna have once it's been wet down like this. So watermelon mist, I love it. It's got this kind of pink haze and a nice dark violet outline. The grass, and I'll kind of tell you my favorites as we go through here. This is Sweet Tart. Calypso, one of my favorites, really pretty. And I did lose some of the sparkle, but really what I was trying to find was the color of the pigment itself. This is called Ribulite. It's dark and mysterious. It's really pretty. Nightfall, I'm intrigued by that one. It's got some kind of blue and purple tones to it. It's called Tempted Tulip. Love Struck, super dark. The Pigment, yeah. Anyways, Sassafras, one of my favorites. Really gorgeous. Buttercup, Pineapple Crush, I've used that one quite a bit. This is Pink Grapefruit, which I love. Pink Lemonade, Twisted Lemon, kind of a green gold, very pretty. Lime Squeeze, True Blue, it's a nice, just kind of basic blue, pretty. Jasmine, Bleeding Heart, Plumeria, Ginger Flower, which is probably my favorite out of that grouping. French Kiss, just a really nice violet purple. Spiced Plum, very true to its name. It's a very plum, beautiful plum color. Fireworks, I love that. I love this one. Very unique. Summer Breeze, Oceanus, Wild Vine, Peacock Feather, Tropic Blue, Huckleberry, Payne's Gray. It's a very blue Payne's Gray, but it does dry very dark on the edge. Chambord, kind of similar to Spice Plum, but a little bit darker. This got a little messy, sorry. So this is called Sunflower. And Luna had this like silver mica in it, with this very lilac purple. Sweet Lavender. Candy Apple. It's kind of a thicker mica. I sealed this with Kamar varnish so it wouldn't move around. This is called Cupid's Crush. Boysenberry, it's pretty. Warm Sienna, it's a nice color. Look how dark it dried on the edges. Spicy Apricot, I've used that quite a bit and I really like it. Autumn Leaf, I think this is like an old time classic from Color Art. People love it and I see why, it's very pretty. Nutmeg, it's a nice color. Dark edges on both of these. Chestnut Brown, Burnt Umber, Cedar Wood, nice dark profiles, very moody. That is Flamingo Feather, some of it's still loose. Vavoom Red, Bolivian Blue, Blue Bayou, Mystic Blue, Beach House Blue. I like that. Those are all pretty. I think Beach House is probably my favorite. Azurite, Ginger Peach, and Marmalade. Those are similar. I like the Marmalade, I think, better. Maybe. They're both really pretty. All right, I hope this is helpful. Whoop, I almost fell off my chair. I hope this is helpful. I've got a 20% coupon below. And yeah, the primary elements are definitely something special. They just turn into a really, really amazing fluid paint. So I hope you're having fun if you're trying them. I've been enjoying them a lot. All right, you guys, much love. Take care. Bye.